The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their back.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Allen's pass.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by the four-time Pro Bowler and 2010 Comeback Player of the Year, and that's Michael Vick.
One of the most unique players in NFL history. You remember the snappy left-handed throw, the ability to break a play wide open with his legs. Absolutely dynamic, explosive, and rarely ever caught from behind.
And able to get this one across the 45. Before he's brought down.
Graham. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Michael Vick. And this one incomplete. Vick, too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Vick now. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And how about that throw? We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion. But it's the way that he throws the ball. So compact, yet the ball comes off of his hand, and it just whistles to the receiver.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Vick. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. What a grab. What a single-handed grab by A.J. Green. I'll tell you, gloves or no gloves, that was impressive.
It really was, and let's face it, anyone who's throwing the ball to A.J. Green is going to put it up there for him. They don't care if he goes up two-handed or one-handed, as we just saw there. They expect him to come down with the ball in a fight with a defensive back, and A.J. Green does it as well as anyone. Knows how to maneuver his body in the air and has the strength to haul it in one-handed, as we just saw.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty.
Singletary loses it.
Devin Singletary, the ball carrier. Buffalo on the play.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Bills nothing.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
That one was intended for John Brown. And it's third down.
Ronnie Lott there defensively.
Allen to throw once more. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Does the big boy have the juice? And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Some bad Super Bowl memories certainly surfacing for the Seahawks. Another pick thrown from the 1-yard line.
If we weren't both here together, there's no way you could convince me that they did that this was going to happen again. Same spot.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Ross Blacklock able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Makes it 3rd.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Seahawks have recovered. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 14 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Time on, set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Bills, nothing. Ty Long.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it's going to be second down.
On the play by Ray Lewis.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
On second down now, it's Elliott. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now Vic keeping on the option. Zeke going to get it on the option. He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
It's saying they pay me.
All the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does because you have to make the proper read. Doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on second down. Allen eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Allen. Caught on the right side by Jones. And I think the ball's out. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Ronnie Lott there defensively.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 63 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Morton Anderson on 40.
Go ahead and give him the hat. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Seahawks. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know that.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Seahawks.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
49's the mic. Push him back. Push him back.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Here's Elliott. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
We pick up this challenge in quarter number one with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10, caught by Gates, left side. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
10 at the 22-yard line.
1st down, Vic. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Marcus Williams on the coverage.
To throw again, Vic. He's caught inside the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Goal at the 5-yard line.
On play action, Vic. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Vic to the air again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. His pass caught at the 4. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it, 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll begin by running the option. His first carry loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And brought in by the tight end Cook. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. The Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Saints nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Touchdown, Seahawks. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get point. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes. Let's see it. Nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific. They're quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Ty Long set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over.
Now, please, watch the football. Where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Well, pass complete here to Sanders. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did well to get him 8 yards. But it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Skirts by him at the 35. So 2. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Seahawks 21. Saints nothing. Ty Long set to kick off.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Second and 11. From the gun, Vick. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. And in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that felt incomplete.
The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and the Saints will have the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Breeze now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot.
Lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Vick will look to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. Past the 20. He gets it left side of Johnson. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Despite the late lead, Vick's going to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Time on.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Reed wrestling ahead, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout. Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh, after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
At their own 19-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling
no,
again.
you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That'll be complete to Cook.
Breeze
A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means it's not extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he loses the football the second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A first down carry by Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with over 2 minutes remaining. We're all tied up at 24. You've got the ball on your own 15-yard line as we get set here, 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Vick. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play, Vic DeMoss, 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Vic to run. On the option, here's Elliott. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott His second touchdown of the afternoon. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins as they have taken the lead.
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Thank you, Coach. We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You've got the ball on your... own 25-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A.J. Green, 36 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
Anderson on for the extra point.
Let's make... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score in the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And, oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Elliott. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
This is Elliott. Runs over him. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 26 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Here's Tate to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hand.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
For the extra point.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
On the fake extra point.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult?
Now a hit and a loose football. Still going inside the 30. Room to run at the 50. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Recovered by the...
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here's Elliott. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
32-yard line. A gain of 9.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 43 yards on the ground. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
20.
They'll run with Elliott. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. On my drive chart, I write successful drives in blue, and so far for them, 4 first-half drives, 4 touchdowns. It's all blue, no red.
What did they see on film? What did they see on tape that led them to have this type of a game plan, this type of execution? They're reading them like they're a true open book.
Oh, my goodness. In every facet, too. And then on the other side, I mean, it's domination right now offensively.
Yeah, they're going to need one player to make a monster play to try and stop this tie.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And job one here, Charles. Just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Finds his tight end Ingram.
Daniel Jones in a
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And Ingram holds it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
The goal for any offense.
Jones hit and the ball's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones, and a loose football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this. This one hits a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now Jones. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Giants nothing.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Here's Tate to return. Now a hit and a loose football.
A fumble on the play. Recovered.
So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
Second and 11 now. Vick readies to throw. Green with a catch left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Third and 1.
On third and 1, here's Vick. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Tackle for loss by Lawrence Taylor.
He's taken down back at his own 8-yard line.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Jones pass complete.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Tate to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
They'll run it again with Barkley.
Offside. Defense.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. He chucks, and they are gonna score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Jones now throwing again toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll make it third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down.
The 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back. But it's still a 3rd and 8.
Third and
Again, it's Elliott. Room here to run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
third down, as a defender, all you're thinking about is getting off the field. How do you stop this last play? But if you don't wrap up when you tackle and you play it back like this, all of a sudden he's taking it to the house, and now you're looking at each other and wondering, what did we do wrong on that play? I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all.
Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you as always. We start this challenge in the third quarter with less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock. You're down 2 scores. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We pick up this challenge in quarter number 1 with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25 as we get set here, 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Ross Blacklock drives him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A great return there of 22 yards. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your...
And he's got it. For the Seahawks touchdown. A.J. Green, 44 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Fights loose. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? If you get another chance, it gives you another chance to do it right.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We're up 15 yards as the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now the former Cal Bear, it's Patrick Rowe. And on his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
This is my mode, baby.
And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Tyrone set the kickoff.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Miami set to take over. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Well, they turned it over the middle. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits of the success you created.
And he hits pay dirt because of it.